Alright, what's going on? Driving Dollars fam, Francis back. Got another stock. Right now I'm wearing my Chopard hat. I'm repping it. Me and Lily just went to a watch event last night hosted by the watch brand Chopard. If you guys are into watches, you guys have heard of it. So shout out to my city's Horological Society for housing us. I'll probably put some clips before this so you probably saw a little bit of our night at the watch event. Lots of cars, lots of watches. Talked to a bunch of cool people. So that was a really good place to hang out last night. Had a bunch to drink too. But anyway, to be able to afford our watches, let's talk about these investments. So today I want to talk about Honest Company. I know I've been doing these screen share analysis lately. I kind of ramble, so this one I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. No more 20-minute plus videos on the analysis. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I'm rambling again. Let's do it. So guys, I want to talk about Honest stock, ticker symbol HNST. Just today we're up 5.5%. So pretty big move on this stock. Now I'll show you guys right here. I have a good amount of money in Honest. I got 500 shares in one account, then I got 800 shares in the other account. Looks like cost basis on the 500, I got $4.44. Other one, I'm at a bit of a negative at $5.08. But I don't really care about that little bit of negative, and I will talk about that. I'll talk about that right now. So if you guys aren't familiar, Honest is this company founded by Jessica Alba, along with a bunch of other people back in like the early 2010s, and they make like baby products, beauty products, cleaning products, and it's all about like hypoallergenic, good for the environment, eco-friendly, fair made, fair labor, all that crap. You know what I'm talking about. But that's for the crowd that they were aiming for. And essentially for the last few years, it's been running at a just straight negative. They were burning cash, margins were not good at all. And I have a feeling that because it was a mission-driven project, like that they was kind of treated like a mission type of project, like a passion project where like, hey, this is a company, we're supposed to be making money, but they're trying to make a difference in this world. So they were like, well, heck with the money. And that's not how a company is run. Well, so here's the story with Honest, stock-wise, right? So if you look at here, they were really, really good back in the early 2020s, trading in the 16s. Let's go max. Let's see what's happening. Also, that is when they went public. It's back in 2021. And then since then, just freaking tanked from the teens down to the dollar range here, going down in early 2023. And so at that point, a lot of the big heads in Honest stepped out because clearly they don't know how to run this company. And then they brought in a big dog, Carla Vernon, to be a CEO for Honest. And she came from General Mills and Amazon. So this lady has some experience under her belt on how to actually run a company to make money. Because companies aren't companies if they're making money. That's a passion project, not a business. And so she came in right here, January 2023. And she started kind of the turnaround strategy on how we're gonna get out of the hellhole of the $2, $1 range to now we're getting it to the fours and going up essentially by achieving net profitability of the company by cleaning up the margins and leaning down the business. And so going into what her turnaround strategy, and by the way, if you guys have seen my beginner stock strategy video, this totally clearly fits that strategy. I told you guys, look for a blue chip stock company. Now, Honest is not exactly a blue chip stock company, but they are well known. If you go to Walmart, you go to Target, especially, you go to Target, there's Honest stuff everywhere. So they are, for the most part, an established brand that people know about, especially with Jessica Alba's name behind it. People know a lot about Honest, especially like moms and women and stuff like that. So they're a well-known company, although not blue chip. But in that strategy, I said, look for a company that's well-known, that in the last 2 to 5 years have been beaten down, right? Like greater than 40% drop, which you guys can see right here. It's been a 70% drop over the last 5 years. So it clearly fits that product or that strategy. And then a company that's been beaten down, well-known, drop greater than 40%, and has some kind of turnaround strategy to get them back to where they used to be. And this fits perfectly because Carla Vernon, the CEO that came in January 2023, quarter one, is doing exactly that. She was brought in so she can turn around this company. So what has she been doing? Let me scroll down to the part where she talks about that stuff. Okay, so here's the strategic pillars of the turnaround. So portfolio rationalization. Looks like since she's been there, she cut down 25% of the number of SKUs that Honest has, meaning the actual products, like how many products there are in the catalog. She cut it by 25%. So she said, what is the lowest margin products that don't sell, that we don't make money on? Stop making them, because obviously it's just costing us money to manufacture these goods and we're not selling them. And even when we do sell them, they're not making that much money. Get rid of them. Another thing, margin enhancement. So not only are we getting rid of the products that don't sell, or that when they do sell they don't make a lot of money, we're also gonna make the products that we are gonna continue to make cheaper to make, since you don't have to worry about making all the other non-profitable products. We can just focus on making volume of the ones that we are going to make. And of course, if you're manufacturing in greater volume, it is by nature going to be cheaper per unit. And of course, she's also streamlining the supply chain. So probably just working with those manufacturers to see how we can either make the process quicker, cheaper, or both. On top of that, operating discipline and cost efficiency, meaning all the other stuff, sales, marketing, we're all leaning all that down. So we're making the costs of the not making the goods, like all the administration costs, all that stuff, we're cutting that down. No more cute stuff, right? Like we just gotta make some better products that make more money. No more of the other essentially wastes of money in admin and stuff that's not gonna, apparently based on the revenue and the net income of the company, didn't really matter that much, because you'll see later when we go over the economics of the company, it has been improving since implementing these strategies. Retail distribution, stores, doors, aisles, and shelves, meaning, hey, we're gonna work with Target, work with Walmart, work with Amazon, as well as their own fulfillment by themselves through e-commerce. We're just gonna get these people, or we're gonna get our products to people, meaning whether they have to go to the store like Target or Walmart, or get it online through their own e-commerce through Amazon. I'm sure Honest has some kind of Instagram or Facebook ads that they're running, maybe on TikTok. I didn't go into that, but I can almost assure that that's kind of like their target audience, is people who are doom scrolling, especially like moms who are alone with their kids at home that are doom scrolling through like TikTok and Instagram. They'd get them. That's the target audience. They'd get them. I know it. And then leadership, culture, whatever. I'm not reading that. But yeah, so essentially, what are we doing to turn around the company? Oh, and it didn't mention it on here, but they actually pulled out of the European and the Chinese markets because they were just not profitable in those markets, in the international markets. So Carla said, the hell with China, the hell with Europe. Let's focus on the US market, because this is actually where we're making money. So all in all, Carla stepped in January 2023. We're getting rid of the products that don't sell. We're getting rid of the products that we don't make money on. We're gonna make the manufacturing of the products that we are keeping cheaper and faster. We're gonna get rid of all the BS admin costs, sales costs, marketing costs, get rid of that, and then we're gonna pull out of the markets where we're not making money. So this lady just straight up went in, cleaned up crew, the whole company, top to bottom, and let's see how that reflected. So let's go into the numbers. So I told ChatGPT, give me the last 10 earnings reports and see how we're doing here, along with the year-over-year growth. That's later on. I'll show you the year-over-year growth. But last 10 quarters, look at the EPS, 21% beat, Q3 2023. So this is all post-Carla. All post-Carla coming in as a CEO and doing the turnaround strategies. 21% beat on EPS, 112% beat on EPS, 88% beat on EPS. Looks like Q4 2024 we were just in line, which is odd for them, and then came back next quarter, 100% beat, 50% beat, 50% beat. So this company is showing that whatever they're guiding for, or whatever analyst expectations are, they're freaking smashing them quarter after quarter ever since Carla got there. Let's look at revenue. Looks like Q2 2023, Carla just got there, give her a break, negative 4.6% as compared. So that's a miss. But look at Q3, 6% beat on revenue, 8% beat on revenue, 2.9%, 6.2%, 3.5%, 5.2%. So after Q2 2023, once Carla got rolling in the CEO suite, she was rolling on the revenue too. So quarter after quarter, double beats on EPS and revenue. So we know that this company is going to show up for whatever they're guiding for, or whatever analyst expectations are. Let's look at the revenue, expenses, and profitability. So here's our guy right here. So starting from quarter 2 all the way through quarter 1, you guys will see revenues climbing up. Revenue is growing ever since Carla got there. Now expenses look like they're climbing up, but at a shorter clip than revenue. Like you can see, this jump right here on expenses is about half the jump, maybe even 1/3 the jump right here of the revenue. So at least we're making money faster than we can spend it, which means the difference, aka the margin, is getting bigger. And this will reflect later on when we go over the year-over-year growth for this company. But net profitability, she came in at a negative. Looks like quarter 4 we edged out a $1 million profit. Then we went back negative, but a lot less negative than when she first came in. Look at this loss right here. And then quarter 3, we're back at break even. Quarter 4, almost break even. Quarter 1 looks like we're at a $2-3 million profit. So you guys can see whatever Carla was doing, which not whatever, we literally went over what she was doing. It's working. Her turnaround strategy is 100% working. And you can see to the right here with the stock chart, it's reflecting in the prices. So let's look at a 1-year stock chart. So here's, look at this big spike from the $3 range all the way to the $8 range, $9 range. Just $8, $8.57. So this was late 2024. So if it was late 2024, that means this was quarter 1 2025 earnings. And so that's when this, which is their most profitable quarter, probably either since IPO or since way before Carla got there. So that makes sense on why they had this huge spike. And then of course, I feel like this was probably high because look how fast that increase was. It's super parabolic. So we're kind of coming back down to earth, settling down in the mid to high 4s, but still better than the baseline of the 3s where we were pre profitability in quarter 1 2025. And so let's look over the year-over-year growth of this company. And this is really going to tell a story for me right here. So starting from, it looks like it did it backwards. Let's see if it'll do it. Whatever. We'll just read it backwards. It goes, oh no, it's not backwards. It's oldest to newest. So look, from oldest to newest, year-over-year revenue growth, plus 8%, plus 7%, single digits, right? Then we got plus 10%, plus 10%, plus 13%. So you see we're going from single digit to almost 3 straight quarters of double-digit revenue growth. So, and that's telling me we went from 7, 10, 13. Oh, actually 7, 10, 10.6, then 13. So not only are we maintaining the double-digit growth year over year, we're also accelerating that growth. And that's how you get those rapid movements in companies like Palantir. The reason why Palantir shot to the freaking moon on like a 1,500% movement up to the sky is because year-over-year growth was accelerating. Same with Nvidia, year-over-year growth was accelerating. And that's how you get these parabolic increases in these companies. That's how you get these hype cycles. And if Carla and the team at Honest can keep doing that, keep accelerating year-over-year growth with revenue, along with leaning down the company so they're making margins bigger through the turnaround strategy, which would make their EPS even better, I 100% see Honest going on an absolute tear. Plus the profit, and of course, all in all, this all goes down to the profitability just keeps getting better and better. Man, Honest, the 2x possibility in Honest, especially even if the next quarter or the next 2 quarters perform really good, both top line, bottom line, and profitability, along with year-over-year growth numbers. Let's say like the next one comes in at 15% on the year-over-year. Man, I would not be surprised if this stock got up to $6. I mean, we're already at 5 almost today. And so $6, 7, 8, 2x by the end of 2025 is 100% possible. Plus, consumer sentiment is really bad right now in the economy. Of course, it's recovering. Plus, interest rates are high. This company, majority of their manufacturing is in the US. And so they would benefit greatly if interest rates go down and market sentiment goes up, because nobody wants to spend extra money on cleaning products and baby products because they are not the cheapest. They're just, you know, they have all the frills and stuff with their whole mission thing. And so you have to pay for that. They're not cheap. And so we need market sentiment for people to be more willing to spend more money on discretionary spending like this. And I failed to mention this, but they actually have zero debt on the company. And so if interest rates go down, that might be an area of interest for them to explore so that they can even grow the company even faster. I don't know if Carla wants to do that. We'll see what the future holds. And funny enough, look at the screen right now. It says right here, Q2 2025. Their next earnings report is in August 6th. They're guiding for a 4 to 6% year-over-year growth for this next upcoming earnings. What have we seen with the earnings report? They beat top line by like 100%. They beat bottom line by high single digits. So we already know that this company will smash guidance. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be double digit, right? I wouldn't be surprised because that's what they do. But anyway, guys, that's my little thing on Honest and why I have these positions in Honest right now. Like I said, I look for, as an investor, 2x opportunities in the next 12 to 18 months. Do I see a 2x opportunity with Honest in the next 12 to 18 months? 100% yes. I mean, honestly, all it takes is 2 or 3 really, really good earnings reports where they get double beats and an accelerating year-over-year growth plus better profitability. That's the checklist, right? Beat top line, beat bottom line, increase their profitability, and double digit, if not into the 20s year-over-year growth rate, which means it's accelerating. If all 4 of those things are met in literally 2 or 3 earnings reports, we'll be at $8, 2x, $9 even. And so, and plus, you know, consumer sentiment gets better, which will affect the whole economy, including them, and interest rates go down, which the small cap companies like this can take advantage of it. Man, Honest is set up really good. Shout out to Carla Vernon, the CEO, for turning this freaking mess that Jessica Alba made. I don't actually know what happened. I'm just blaming Jessica Alba. But yeah, man, she really turned around the ship. And I'm excited to see what's going to go on. Honestly, if we have a down day, I might pick up some more shares because just talking about this, it's like I'm getting even more bullish about it, just kind of going into the numbers. And I said I wasn't going to ramble for 20 minutes, but it's been 17 minutes. I'm just hype about Honest. I hope you guys are hyped about Honest too, because we're going to make that freaking money. Guys, this is the outro. Always do your due diligence, which is what I'm doing with you guys right now. So I kind of low-key did it for you, but do some more because this is just preliminary research. Educate yourself and empower yourself to make more so you're not a brokey, so you can go to Chopard events and I can go to more Chopard events. And as always, let's make this money.